So Fancott Meadow that we're standing in at the moment is a fantastic example of why wildflower meadows are so important for our native wildlife. They support a huge range of flowering plants, and that in turn supports a large number of insects, so things like hoverflies, bumblebees, honeybees, important pollinators, but also other insects such as grasshoppers that form part of a food chain. So the grasshoppers will feed birds and mammals, and on it goes. We're here at Trumpington Meadows in Cambridgeshire, where the Wildlife Trust have created a 58-hectare nature reserve, 50 of which are species-rich wildflower meadows. This is the newest nature reserve with our trust, and it's situated just south of Cambridge alongside the River Cam. Wildflower meadows, like the ones at Trumpington Meadows, aren't just good for wildlife, they're good for people too. In my job, I speak to lots of people who walk through these meadows and tell me how much they enjoy listening to the buzz of the insects and watching the beautiful colours of the butterflies fly by and listening to the skylarks as they hover above them. Meadows are under threat from a number of sources. If you look at Fancott, you can see it's quite a nice big flat area. It's prime development land. So developers come along, they build residential areas, industrial areas, and obviously that completely destroys the meadow. They're also under threat because people who have meadows on their land don't necessarily know how to look after them. It's quite a fine balancing act to look after a meadow properly, and if people don't have those skills, the meadow will decline. So we do a number of things. We try to manage them in a traditional way, the way that meadows have evolved. So we often take hay cuts from them, do it this sort of time of year when the flowers have finished flowering and have set seed. We'll graze them with sheep and cows. If we can, we'll use native breeds of sheep and cows because they're the ones that are adapted to cope with the sort of poorer forage on a meadow. We'll control scrub where it's encroaching into the meadow and threatening to shade the flowers, and we'll keep the fencing in good order so that we can graze it. We often harvest seed from some of our best wildflower meadows, such as our coronation meadows, and we use this seed to create or improve other meadows in the area. The seed is harvested at the end of summer, and then we will sow it in autumn or spring of the next year. To help us continue this work of managing our threatened wildflower meadows and creating new ones, we need your help. That's why we're running our Wildflower Meadow appeal across our 3 counties. By supporting our appeal, you'll help us to protect meadows like Fancott, but sites across Bedfordshire and Northamptonshire, and you'll also help us to create new meadows across our 3 counties.